And bang! What is up, our National Wrestling Shooters members and viewers? This is your owner, chairman, creator, and founder of the National Wrestling Shooters, Scott Casey Gale here. And today, I am going to give you my recap and review of NWA Powerrr Season 3, Episode 20, entitled Stand and Defend. Tonight's show was from the GPP Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. The commentators for the show were Joe Gowdy and Stu Bennett. And I thought tonight's show was an absolutely phenomenal show. NWA Powerrr just keeps getting better and better. I said it once and I said it before. NWA Powerrr is the best wrestling out there, period. Very old school, and they get straight to the point. Okay, let's begin with the recap, shall we? Here we go. We start off with a recap of last week's main event, where Melina decided to walk out on her NWA Women's title match against champion Thunder Rosa because Rosa refused to lay down. Former champion Allison Kay would then appear and attack Melina, but would then be speared out of nowhere by Camille. The last week's show ended with Camille and Rosa having an epic stare-down. I always enjoyed how NWA Powerrr always recaps last week's events. Okay, and then it goes to the NWA Powerrr intro song. As Sean Moody welcomes us to another episode of Powerrr, he hypes up two big title matches for today's show, including the Bouncers against Eli Drake and James Storm for the NWA Tag Team Championship. Starting the show off is an NWA television title match between Zicky Dice and Ricky Starks. Dice is out first, followed by Starks. As a reminder, these bouts have a time limit of over just 6 minutes. I always think it's cool when Sean Mooney intros the show. So hypes up the show and announces the two big matches for the show. Okay, so it's Zicky Dice versus Ricky Starks for the NWA Television Championship. Dice wastes time by playing to the crowd. Commentary reminds us that if Starks has 7 successful defenses, he automatically receives an opportunity at the world title. Dice with a takedown, he challenges Starks to do a push-up contest. He obliges. Starks whacks Dice with a big right hand. He comes up the ropes, flying forearm. Dice ends up in the corner. Starks hits a running shoulder thrust and rolls Dice up. Only 2. Dice slides up to the outside to recover. Dice grabs Starks and slams his neck over the ropes. He brings Starks to the corner and wraps his body around the ring post for a submission. Back in the ring, he goes for a cover. Starks kicks out. Headlock applied by Dice. Fans trying to rally Starks back into the match. He gets to his feet, but Dice whips him back down to the mat. Northern Light suplex attempt. Starks has it scouted and grabs the top rope. He goes for a tornado DDT, but instead that opts for a Falcon Arrow. Dice reverses an Irish Whip and splashes Starks in the corner. Dice goes for the Rude Awakening. He got it covered. Starks gets a foot under the ropes. Dice can't believe it. He throws his fanny pack at Starks. Starks sets up for another finisher. Dice counters and stacks Starks for the pin. He got him. New champ. Zicky Dice wins by pinfall to become the new NWA Television Champion. I really enjoyed. Very enjoyable match. And congratulations to Zicky Dice on becoming the new NWA Television Champion. And then Dice immediately goes for an interview with Dave Marquez. Thomas Latimer appears and tells Dice to get the hell out of the way. Latimer screams for Joe Gotti to meet him at the interview desk. Gotti hesitates but joins Latimer. Latimer asks if Gotti still wants to hear Camille speak. Gotti says yes. Latimer promises that next week Camille will indeed speak with Gotti. This ends the segment. I'm really looking forward to that because ever since Camille has been in NWA Powerrr, we have not heard her speak. So hopefully she keeps her word and we get to hear her speak. I wonder what she's gonna say. It's very, very interesting to see how this plays out. And then we get an advertisement for the April 19th Crockett Cup pay-per-view, as well as MW tapings at GPP Studios, which I think was pretty cool. So then Sean Mooney welcomes us back from break and gives us an update on ticket sales for upcoming MWA events. He takes us to a press conference between Nick Aldis and Marty Scurll that took place last Wednesday. Scurll talks about his love of professional wrestling. It's all I know. It's all I know how to do. I'm giving up a lot of weight to Nick in this fight, but what I lose in weight, I make up for experience. If you're thinking about buying a ticket for Crockett Cup, then do it, because I guarantee I will become champion. Very passionate words from Marty Scurll. I'm really liking the hype up and build and rivalry between him and NWA champion Nick Aldis. I think, like I said, MWA. They know how to hype up pay-per-views. They know how to do rivalries, and that's why I love MW Power, and I respect Marty Scurll, because he's very passionate. You can just tell by the hype up, by his choice of words, that he loves doing what he does, and he has the passion and heart for it. And then Nick Aldis speaks next. Today is day 493 of my second reign as the World's Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. When it comes to the MWA, there is the national treasure, Nick Aldis, and there's everybody else. He goes on to say, if Marty Scurll beats him for the title, he will live forever. Very interesting. Nick Aldis, another guy that's very passionate about professional wrestling. And you can also tell that he enjoys doing what he's doing. So this is awesome. I loved every single minute. I loved every single minute of this press conference. It was very well done in my opinion. And then we get a commercial segment featuring the question mark talking about the Mongolian Wikipedia page. I'm gonna check that out. I love the question mark. So then we get a replay of Trevor Murdoch's win over the question mark from last week. Afterwards, he would be attacked by MW National Champion Aaron Stevens. And the question mark, Murdoch would be knocked out cold. Aaron Stevens and the question mark speak with Dave Marquez. Lot of talk about belts lately. Obviously, the question mark and myself have been after the tag team belts for quite some time. We want more gold. What does one have to do to get more belts around here? This leads to Stevens inviting out the Rock and Roll Express to talk. Gibson and Morton make their way out. Crowd erupts and serenades them with loud rock and roll chants. Stevens tells them that after 5 decades in the business, they're finally lucky enough to share a screen with him. Stevens that a tag match with them would help their chances of getting an eventual title shot. Stevens also offers them a spot in one of his movies in LA if they do business and lay down. Gibson and Morton deny the LA deal, but say they'll be willing to fight them on next week's episode of Power. This was an awesome segment. I love Aaron Stevens. He's just amazing. That guy knows how to cut a promo. He's entertaining. Aaron Stevens can do anything and turn it into gold. And I loved how he took shots at the Rock and Roll Express, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Rock and Roll Express versus Aaron Stevens in the question mark next week in next week's episode of MW Power, and I know that's going to be a very good match. And then we get an NWA shop promo. Another look at last week's finale after Camille speared former women's champion Allison Cade, then stared down the current champ Thunder Rosa. The Dawsons make their way to the ring for tag team action. They'll be facing Caleb Connie and C.W. Anderson. Commentary tells us that this is the last chance for all 4 men to earn contracts of NWA. Very, very interesting. I'm liking how this is turning out. And then so it's the Dawsons versus Caleb Connie and C.W. Anderson tornado tag team match. The Dawsons attack before the bell. Connie lights up Zane with Zane chops. Zane catches him with a power slam, but Connie shifts his weight, and Week takes control with running corner knee strikes. Dave smashes Connie from behind. Anderson walks him with a jab, then follows up with a big right. Zayn hits a lariat from the apron to Anderson, gives the Dawsons momentum. They pick up Anderson for a double suplex and get it. Connie jumps right into a haymaker from Dave. More tandem offense from the Dawsons. Connie just kicks out on a pin attempt. Anderson sidesteps an attack, and Connie drops both Dawsons with a running drop kick. He goes for another one, but this time the Dawsons counter with a double powerbomb. Anderson breaks up the pin. He gets hit for chokeslam. Zayn screams that Anderson is dead. Man, Anderson pulls down the ropes to send Dave to the outside. Connie and Anderson team up on Zayn. Spinebuster moonsault combo, that'll do it. Caleb, Connie, and CW Anderson win by pinfall. Commentary asks if this means the awesome match. I mean, very awesome match. I mean, I love the way MWA tag team. I love the way MWA does the tag team divisions. They definitely know how to use a tag team division. So both the Dawsons and Caleb, Connie, and CW Anderson put on a hell of a tornado tag team match. And then, after that, the commentary asks if this means we won't see the Dawsons in MWA anymore. Crowd chants goodbye Dawsons. Very interesting. So apparently it looks like the Dawsons are done with MWA. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll see in the next coming episodes to see if they truly are gone. And then flashback to last week from when the Bouncers betrayed Eddie Kingston under orders from Pope. They beat him down and hit the finisher, laying Kingston out. Pope used his pull to get the Bouncers an NWA Tag Team title shot, which is tonight's main event. Another update from Sean Moody. He says that in 2 weeks we'll find out who faces Thunder Rosa at Crocker Cup and the in-ring debut of Camille, who has also promised to speak for the first time to Joe Gardy. Mooney reminds us that Crocker Cup was streamed on Fight TV, and I'm definitely going to begin that. I always love how Sean Mooney gives us these updates. It feels very old school to me, just like what he used to do in the WWE Golden Era days, which I was a huge fan of as well. And then Joe Gardy welcomes Maine Valentine and Sal Winnell to the interview desk. Crowd gives Winnell a warm ovation. Valentine says she's beginning a new lingerie line and has had Winnell helping her with her vlog. Winnell then says he's about 1 month out of returning to action, but is grateful the injury happened when it did because it gave him the time to bond with Valentine. I don't look at this as a bad. I don't look at this as a bad break. I look at this as my lucky break. Gardy asks Valentine if she has any insight on what Camille is going to say during the interview. I don't know, but when she does speak, she means business. Gardy asks if Valentine would be interested in shooting her vlog right now with the MWA fans. They oblige and start taking selfies. Royce Isaacs comes out and argues with Valentine for hanging out with Winnell. Winnell tries to intervene, but Isaacs threatens to break his other arm over the steel steps. Valentine pleads with him not to. He lets Winnell go. Valentine says she's so mad at Isaacs for acting like a crazy person and leaves with Winnell. This is entertaining. I thought this was a very, very entertaining segment. I mean, I really love the vlogs that Maine Valentine does. I think it's pretty cool. And she is pretty good looking in my opinion. And also, my good friend Freddie Mitchell, who's a big fan of NWA, was shown in a crowd. And I thought it was pretty cool to see Freddie Mitchell. So yeah, and he as a matter of fact, my good friend Freddie Mitchell was at the NWA Power TV tapings in Atlanta, Georgia, and he had a blast. So you could definitely see him in the crowd. So definitely check that out. And then at a quick break, Pope and the Bouncers are at the interview desk with Dave Marquez. Pope says that he's got two of the biggest and baddest men in all professional wrestling, and they are taking advantage of the opportunity and change that Pope is bringing Bear City Bruiser, bringing Bear City Bruiser jumps in. We all know that this is all about one thing, money, and Pope has money. We came to the NWA to prove that we are the top tag team in the universe, and because of Pope's money, we are gonna win the NWA World Tag Team Championships. I really enjoyed this segment. I mean, Pope, that guy knows how to speak, and he knows how to talk. I mean, anytime Pope talks, I listen because this guy definitely knows how. I mean, I really like what he's doing in MWA. I wouldn't mind seeing Pope wrestle in MWA as well. But yeah, Pope, he's also another guy who I think is very entertaining. And then it's main event time. The bouncers are already out. The champs Eli Drake and James Storm are out, accompanied by Eddie Kingston. The bouncers versus Eli Drake and James Storm for the MWA Tag Team Championship. Eli Drake and Milanis begin. Drake taunts Milanis and baits him into a headlock. He gets bounced up the ropes and collides, but Milanis doesn't move. He throws Drake in the corner. Drake quickly escapes and lands a few stiff strikes. He tries to power slam Milanis. He can't get him. Another shoulder block attempt. Milanis runs right through him. Bruiser tags in. He rubs his elbow up Drake's face. Drake tags in Storm. Tandem offense by the champs. Pope distracts Storm, giving Bruiser the opening. Samoan drops Milanis back in. Storm tries to pick them up, but he's just too big. Chops from Milanis send the Cowboy to the mat. Meanwhile, Kingston hasn't taken his eyes off Pope since the bout began. The bouncers wear Storm down by keeping him in the corner, warning from Bruiser for a near fall. Storm kicks out at one. He eventually makes the hot tag to Drake. Drake comes in for flying lariat. He goes to the apron, springboard drop kick. Bouncers try to regroup on the outside. Drake back body drops Storm onto them. Drake's victory rolls the Bruiser. Close 2 count. Bouncers collide into Drake from 2 sides. Bruiser throws Storm to Milanis. Bossman slam cover. Another close 2. Fans chanting out for the champs. Milanis goes for the superplex onto Storm. He turns it into a sunset powerbomb. Storm and Drake then power slam Milanis. Storm hits the last con Bruiser. Drake rolls up the elbow drop. They retain. Winners Eli Drake and James Storm win by pinfall to retain the NWA Tag Team Championships. Great main event. Awesome main event. And then afterwards, Kingston gets in the ring and calls Pope for a fight. Pope takes his glasses off and looks as if he's about to accept, but instead decides to leave. The Drakes and Storm celebrate. And it's showing very good way to end the show. Like I said, I love the main event. And I really like I really like what they're doing with Pope. So maybe we could possibly see in the future. We could possibly see Kingston versus Pope in a wrestling match. So hopefully we get to see it. Anyway, I would rate this episode of MW Power at 10 out of 10, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, and 8 triple plus. Comment down below in the comment section. Tell me what you thought of this episode of NW Power and what you're looking forward to next episode. Anyway, you stay classy, live long and prosper, peace out, and I must have bid you adieu. Good night and goodbye and bang. And the words of Cactus Jack, bang bang. Good night, everybody.